positive. I'm getting discharged. I'm not cleared to have a PICC line placed, but I got cleared by infectious disease to have a midline placed, which is like a PICC, but it ends a lot shorter than a PICC. The PICC goes to the heart. Midline, I think, just really goes to the shoulder. And my original GI came and spoke to me, and while I was talking to him, I was crying and explaining that that the IV fluids is like the only thing that's really been helping, and I'm stressed out about having to wait to get a new PICC placed because it's going to be at the earliest, like the end of next week, the middle to end of next week, and that's going over a week without any IV access at home. So the team, or whatever bullshit they are, sorry, they don't want me to get a central line again, but my GI is now asking them to put an order in for a midline to be placed before I'm discharged, so I have some sort of IV access until my next PICC gets placed. And I'm just waiting on talking to them or them putting through getting a midline placed. It's 11 right now. I don't know what time I'll be leaving. Adrian's working from home tomorrow, so that's going to be really, really, really nice to have, especially after being in the hospital for 2 weeks. And I'm hoping this will last hospitalization for at least a couple months. But that's pretty much it. Just seeing if they can place the midline today. And it would be done bedside, like here. An IV nurse will come and place it. It's really easy. So I guess we'll see if this happens. So I'll cross our fingers that I can get a midline today. Guess where I still am. It's like a little after 9. I was supposed to get discharged today, and all my paperwork is through, but they wanted to place, well, I asked them to place a midline, which is like a PICC, but it's like half as long, but it lasts like 4 weeks, and then they're placing a PICC on Friday. So I was staying to get the midline placed, but I was supposed to leave tonight, like all my paperwork is in, and they pulled me off of my continuous IV fluids yesterday. I got one bolus bag of 500 mils last night, and I got up to go to the bathroom. My heart rate was sitting really, really high, but I got up to go to the bathroom and I didn't faint, but I blacked out and collapsed completely. Nope. And they're here to place it. Look this out. And everything. I just got my midline placed. I still have like the machine and everything over here. But it is in the next 3 days. And this is coming out tonight. Amen. Okay. I wish I could have shown you guys placement, but couldn't. So I have a single lumen midline in right now that will be pulled probably a little bit after I get my PICC placed. I don't think it would be the same day. But yeah, so I have the midline in. The procedure was a little bit painful. The only reason it was a bit painful was because they had to cut into my arm, which sucks, but it's in. I have access. I have good access until my PICC is placed. So I'm happy. It just hurts. Well, a decent amount. It hurts. Sorry, this is a bad angle, but I just saw that I made over 100 subscribers today. So I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. I really love doing this, and I'm just really happy that hopefully I can help you guys out too, and being somebody that can be with you and support you. Okay, so I kind of wanted to do a recap of what happened today because it's been really, really all over the place. So if I'm repeating stuff, I'm sorry. I was supposed to get discharged today, and I was really nervous in the morning, so I was kind of crying and getting upset. I talked to my GI, and he said he was going to get me in for a pick as soon as possible, and then I mentioned if it was possible to get a midline if I get permission from infectious disease, which I did, and he said yeah, but then the team decided they didn't want me to get a pick for whatever reason, but I guess my doctor talked to them about it. I slept a lot today. I kept waking up really disoriented, which was a little bit nerve-wracking. I was afraid the infection was back, but I'm good. But so I was able to get approved for a midline, so I got the midline placed at like between 8 and 9, I think, and I will be using that for the next 3 days until I get my pick. And the placement went fine. The only part I didn't like was she did have to use like a scalpel to cut twice, like in an X on my arm, and that kind of hurt. And then there was a few things that she did where I just felt pressure, but it's good practice being that I'm getting my second pick on Friday. But I was pulled off of fluids. Yesterday morning, and I ended up being put on a bolus, 500 milliliters as quickly as possible last night because I was pretty tachycardic. And then today I just didn't even I didn't try to talk to anybody about it because I figured I was going home today, and I was just going to let it go until I got home. And then I got up to go to the bathroom before my midline was placed and just completely collapsed into myself. I made sure that I fell straight. I didn't faint. I blacked out though, and I collapsed. But I'm just happy I didn't faint because that means obviously I didn't fall forward. You know, I had a softer landing. I didn't hit my head. I didn't hurt myself. But I'm currently on a bed alarm, and I need somebody with me to watch me go into the bathroom, sit down, and then get up and walk back to my bed. But I'll be leaving tomorrow. All my paperwork is in. Everything is done. I'm set to go. I just needed to have this line placed. But when I collapsed, I'm happy that this happened. I'll tell you why in a second. But when I collapsed, they had to page my resident, the one that pulled me off the fluids, and she was out the door apparently, leaving the hospital, and she had to come back in because of me. And you know what? That's what you get for not listening to me. You know, like, it's so frustrating. But I had to have a neurological exam to make sure that I didn't hit my head or hurt my head, and she had to touch my spinal cord and my head to try, or my spine and my head to try to make sure that I didn't have any bumps or anything. But basically, long story short, I collapsed today because I didn't get my fluids like I needed to, and I was having a lot of blackouts earlier on in the day, but I slept most of the day. But I'm going home tomorrow. I'm just catching up on vlogs, and yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update. This week is really eventful in a really overwhelming way, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching, and tomorrow I will